If you're one of the many Magic players wondering just how successful Duskmourn is going to be, I'm going to lay it out for you in today's video because this set is going to be successful and there are lots of reasons why. A lot of parallel with a lot of nostalgia. Stay tuned, we have a lot to talk about. The right product at the right time and hitting the right age demographic, and you're going to hit success. Welcome back, everyone. mtgnews here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel, everyone. And of course, if you're new to the channel, if you enjoy the content today, don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell. I put out new content every single day. So what are we talking about? Well, Duskmourn is a ways off. It's not even around the corner yet. It's at the end of September, which means we're a few months away from this product. But as soon as we started seeing those spoilers, things started to, the buzz started to build. Not a hype train yet, but just the buzz about what this product could and could not be. And that has a lot of players wondering if it's going to go the full kind of creepy, scary factor versus maybe just some hokey kind of under the table type stuff. You're like, oh, really, this is it? Like a Clue style game or something? Please don't be another Murders at Karlov Manor. Just please. It's not going to be. It's not. I'm going to explain why it's not going to be. They are tapping in to a certain nostalgic factor and they're paralleling a lot. Is paralleling a word? We'll figure it out later. You guys will tell me in the comment section. It's a parallel to a lot of things that already exist. And in some cases, Wizards of the Coast actually already owns the rights to some of the stuff I'm going to discuss with you guys today. So first though, I want to get to the downside. And the downside is the overall price increase for Duskmourn. Nobody's really going to like this, but it is something to discuss because it's still following what we've seen, which means if you know this is what the prices have been, you can avoid some of the pitfalls. And no, I don't mean the Atari 7200. 2600? I had the 72, but it could have been the 26. I'm totally off the wall today, but that's okay, guys. Let's take a look at this, okay? Let me share with you what I mean when I talk about these prices. So the first thing I want to share with everyone is the Commander decks, the 4-pack Commander decks for $189.20. This is all prices from Amazon.com. You can take a look at them, okay? Now, I'll tell you right now, this price is off, and I'm going to explain in a second. When you take a look at the House of Horror Play Booster Box for $174, that price is wrong as well. When we see what's going on with the collector boxes at $324, that price is wrong. And then it goes on and on, okay? I just want to share with this because we're going to get to this. Now, these are US prices, and I'm showing you different products that are on Amazon.com. If you went to Amazon.com, you'd see all these things right now as they're laid out, and the prices look very similar. You can see the special ones for like $77, which has the two collector packs. It looks like something right out of the Poltergeist, right? The kind of TV thing. It's interesting. I love the look of the work they've done already. The imagery is fantastic, but the prices are what we're going to talk about for a second because these prices are actually just flat out wrong. I'm now showing you 401 Games, which is here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. These prices are Canadian dollars, okay? So I just showed you Amazon at $324 US, but this is $339 Canadian. And there's a 30% exchange rate. So what I'm telling you is the longer you wait, the more these prices are going to normalize. This is the Canadian dollar. This is not correct. The Canadian prices are correct, but the Amazon prices are not. And we've seen this now multiple times, okay? I want you guys to be aware of that because that is the major downside, okay? Is that they are still fishing for pricing. They are selling a lot of boxes already of Duskmourn, and those prices are going to tell them it's kind of a green light to bring the prices in line, and that's the downside. When we sell enough boxes on Amazon, even if people cancel, the initial sales will get recorded and say, see, people did pay that price. They were worried and they paid that price. It shows Wizards of the Coast a path through to more money, and it's something you as a consumer need to keep in line with yourself and understand that these prices are going to get better, not worse. The Canadian prices I showed you only get worse. They only get higher right when some major spoilers come out and the pre-order sales are done. So yes, some of them shift a little bit, like the Commander decks are just right now starting to shift up for Bloomberg by like $10, which means like $5 a Commander deck. $3 a Commander, $2 a Commander deck, $2.50 a Commander deck. Don't worry about the math skills of the Moxman. I'm not looking at anything. I need to have it in front of me. I'm a visual guy. Either way, it's only a couple of bucks. It's not a big deal, okay? But it could happen. but it's not going to happen now. So those Duskmourn prices you're seeing on things like Amazon, they're completely wrong. They're not even close. You got to knock off 30%, and that's where you should be. And most of your legitimate LGS places you guys probably shop with, you're going to see much better pricing anyway, so it's something to keep in mind, okay? It's a fishing expedition, but it does play off well. Now, let's get down to this. Duskmourn already has a bit of the story out where it's kind of like it's a house. Okay, the entire plane of existence is a house. And it actually started out as like a room, and it started enveloping surrounding areas until it became the entire plane of existence. It's ruled by some mega demon of evil and stuff, and there's a whole great little storyline behind it. And the expansion of that realm with people getting lost inside and trying to get out, it all reminds me of something that already happened. And I remember from a really long time ago. And that's Ravenloft. Ravenloft from Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was called the something of terror, realm of terror or something. And in Ravenloft, there are individual zones ruled by different lords. And they can't cross over each other's zones because the mists stop them. And they trap people inside so the lords have somebody to play with. And there's like a terrified citizenship of all these different towns. And the more powerful you are as a lord, the bigger your area and turf is kind of how it plays out. And the major iconic first lord ever is Strahd von Zarovich, and all these other lords come into play. They even brought in a Dragonlance character, Lord Soth, and there was a whole like controversy about it that wasn't supposed to happen. Then they retconned it and stuff. It's a great little history for D&D if you're ever interested in looking that stuff up. Lord Soth is awesome, by the way. But so is Strahd. And they did books like I, Strahd and stuff, and you met all kinds of other characters, good and bad, that are dragged in to this realm. And there's almost no way of escaping. And everyone's kind of treated like a toy in a way, of the dark forces that rule over this world of Ravenloft, okay? And this is where it gets very similar to me. The parallel to what's already existing and what we're going to see versus what's going to be inside Duskmourn, with each room could be a different type of realm or a different area of horror. It reminds me of Ravenloft. It reminds me, and characters trying to escape and trying to find a way out. It's all very reminiscent to me of what I remember as a kid. And since Wizards of the Coast owns Ravenloft and owns all the trademarks, they're not stepping on anybody's feet. I mean, I really think they should just do a Ravenloft box set, kind of expansion set for Magic. But if they're going to go this route, this is a good sign. Because it is truly horrific in Ravenloft, and the good guys almost never win, and horrible things happen, and characters die, and it's just like, oh my god, really, this is what happened? Yeah, that's what happens. It should be horrific and scary. And then when you start taking a look at the imagery, when you saw like the TV set, like the Poltergeist ripoff type thing, and what we've seen with even TV shows like Stranger Things, that kind of artwork and the Del Toro type look, it's creepy, it's scary looking. Even some of the thing about the moth and stuff does remind me again of Ravenloft. When you see the gargoyles with their wings spread, it has a kind of similar outline look of a moth. So I like what I'm seeing. I like the scary factor. I like the idea that I think it's even Ravenloft. Maybe there's not enough parallels to compare it, but in my head there is, and that leads me down a happy path. And the happy path of nostalgia means I'm going to buy it. When I saw the images and the creatures and the cards we've seen so far, I like the look of it. Not all of it is as creepy as I'd like it to be, but it does remind me of Innistrad, the original, where things were dark and scary, and it was like the people are being wiped out, and Avacyn Angel of Hope had to come in and kind of be the equalizing force that created werewolves because of it. I like it. I like the idea that this House of Horror may be a truly horrific place, and of course, even Wizards of the Coast lining it up for the end of September, going into Halloween. Makes perfect sense. That's the time when people would look forward to something like this and would probably want to purchase it. Now, it still doesn't bode well for other Magic sets that may come out later on, but for Duskmourn itself, it is shaping up, and the imagery of what this set could be is starting to take shape in my mind. Being ruled over by some mega demon who rules the whole plane of existence kind of reminds me of the forces of Ravenloft. Being other characters trapped inside and other forces inside, it's great. Good guys who have died are now like good little like leftover spirits and stuff. Horrors, vampires, I like the feel of it. I like the idea of what they're bringing in, and I'm excited to see what this set's going to do. The downside is the price, but the upside of everything else I'm talking about could just put this thing over the top if it's done correctly. And I have a feeling Wizards of the Coast has learned some lessons along the way about what players are looking for, and for once they may be ahead of the curve, because if Bloomborough is the kind of example of where they hit things on the head properly, this might be another linchpin of success toward the end of the year. And if Wizards is on this kind of bell curve of good product, then it just bodes well for everyone who's looking to purchase it. And I think that's fantastic. Now, that doesn't mean everyone's going to dive into the standard product. It doesn't mean everyone's going to be accepting of the price increases that are still happening, because it's still a price increase across the board for Duskmourn comparatively to what we saw for Bloomburrow. $5-10 a product, depending on which one you're buying. It's annoying to see them do any price increase, but really they've got the knowledge that we're accepting of it. They looked at what happens on Amazon. They've been fishing long enough. They know we're going to pay for pricing. The only saving grace is it looks like it's going to be a good product, and I'm kind of excited to see where they take it. So thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for being here on the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Drop some comments in the comment section. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you think the Moxman's way off? Or are you a person who is seeing exactly what I'm talking about and you're going to be purchasing some of this product? Guys, I can't wait to hear. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Have an awesome day. Hey, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of this channel. A reminder, guys, that because of the patrons' generous donations, we are able to put out daily uploaded content every single day. So thanks again to my supporters, my YouTube membership members, and my patrons for making that happen. I look forward to seeing you guys each and every day with new videos and new content. Guys, it's awesome. I'll see you guys soon. Have an awesome day, everyone. You know it could be, right? I'm not joking when I say there's parallels to Ravenloft. When I look at the House of Horror, picture the realm of Ravenloft. Oh, welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. To me, the similarities are right there in front of my face, but maybe I'm just looking for those links because I like the idea that they could be connected. But the idea that they took at least some of the background knowledge of Ravenloft and mixed it into a new world, I'm totally fine with. Taking some of the creepy factor of the 80s and adding that into these type of images and artwork, awesome. Give me a creepy story, knock some characters off, make it a really horrific place that nobody escapes from, and I'll be happy. I want this place to be just horrific. I want planeswalkers to fear even coming here. I want even the Phyrexians to never even think about this place. That's how scary it is. It would be awesome to have a place that was truly horrifying that we could visit every 5 years and you knew something bad was going to happen. It's not that I don't love the good guys winning, but you got to have a good bad guy opponent that's not easily taken out. Oh, the poor Phyrexians. At least they left my thralls alone, and I'm good with that. Guys, have a great one. Enjoy the day. Shop smart, shop smart. It's the one in the car we want.